Today is November 20th, and I have finally written the climax to my book. Okay, so I am very nervous.
November 20th? I'm very scared to write the climax of my story. I've been
thinking about trying to conclude like multiple.
I'm going to be writing
many more.
Climax to my story.
I'm in the process of writing the climax to my story, and I'm having actually quite a bit of
progress
difficulty.
report. October 20th, 2025. My name is Michael. I'm in the process of writing the climax of my story, and when I say in the process, I mean I'm at the beginning of it. I have sketched out a couple of paths that this interaction could take. There are 30 plus characters, and for a while I was trying to conclude more than 3 arcs to be like finished within this climactic scene. But after taking a step back for a couple days, I think that it's very important that I just focus on 3. I have an idea for how I'm going to do one of them. There's one that I'm slightly struggling on, which, funny enough, is the main character, Felikir. I have an idea for how I'm going to conclude Plank's arc, but that's more so going to be after the climax. There's going to be a moment there where he'll be able to shine. And I've got an idea for a couple of the human soldiers, but it's difficult because there's so much going on. I've never written something this big, and for this to be like the final climax, for it to be this epic moment, I'm partly scared because I don't want to pick the wrong path, because I have like 4 or 5 paths that I'm looking at. There's one where tons of people die. There's one where nobody dies. There's one where there's no fights. There's one where there's like 1 or 2. There's one where there's a bunch. And just picking out the best one, the one that makes the most sense for the characters, while like including all the variables and making it consistent to what I've already built up, while also providing a nice payoff to the reader, something that is entertaining in its own way. Part of me thinks that it could go with just a very tense conversation. Like just words. No fighting. I think that could be kind of cool. But I'm not sure. I'm going for this battle shonen genre, and I feel like battle shonen needs to have a climactic fight at the end, right? It's just a little tough. I mean, I have an idea for how I'm going to get a climactic fight at the end by having a flashback, but having a flashback as the big action payoff could work, but part of me thinks it's going to be cheap. Today is October 20th. See you, future Michael. Or shall I say, take it away, future Michael. Today is November 20th, and I have finally written the climax to my book. I'm so excited about it. I'm so over the moon. I'm so fucking relieved. Oh my god, it was weighing me down so much for like well over a month. So much so that I had to take a break from the story completely, which is the first time I've actually done this since starting it. Which the break honestly was like a week long, and I was still kind of adding things occasionally because I just can't help it. But I tried to take a break. It was more so me trying to take a break than me actually taking a break. But it really helped a lot. I watched some really good media in the meantime that really helped me solidify what it was that I wanted to achieve with this ending. Because originally I was thinking, it's going to be a very bittersweet ending, leaning more towards bitter than sweet. But after watching some My Hero Academia, the final season's coming out right now, and seeing some of the stuff that they did with, I guess the last episode that I watched really helped me figure out what it was that I wanted, which was when Mr. Aizawa and Class 1A go through the portals, and it's this Avengers Endgame moment where like the whole class is pulling up to like throw down on All For One. That shit, I was like, ugh. I've been watching this since I was young, and this was kind of cool to watch. So that, as well as like the first Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, and just some other things. I can't really think of any others at the moment, but I wanted there to be that like I wanted it to be bittersweet but leaning sweet now. But originally I wanted it to be leaning bitter.
because I had planned out multiple books afterwards that would end up for sure leaning towards the sweeter end of the bittersweet. Anyways, taking the break helped a lot. And one of the things that really helped me write the climax itself was getting everything on paper as to where everybody was, because there was over 30 important characters in the scene, and I really wanted to do each one of them justice, or at least, well, that was one thing that was holding me back, was I wanted to do each one of them justice, and that's just simply stupid to think that, because I'm talking about a book here. I'm not talking about an entire series. If I wanted to give every single one of them a conclusive and fulfilling arc, it would take a lot longer of a story, which is what I plan on doing eventually, but for now, I really had to focus on just a few core characters, and that was what helped me ground what it was that I wanted to accomplish with this scene. I wanted there to be some more fighting because it is essential to the theme of the book. Conflict and anger and hatred and forgiveness and things like that. I have a lot of conflicting themes in this because being a human is a very conflicting thing to be, and morality is a very complex thing to tackle. So I really wanted to have a bunch of different angles on morality and what is the right thing to do and what it feels like to try to do what you think is right, if that makes sense. So writing down where everyone was standing, all of the characters that were in the scene, where every single one of them was positioned, seating chart, literally, as well as the main thing that really helped me was, what does everybody want? And by everybody, I mean every single one of those 30 characters. So I wrote out every single character. I made a giant seating chart of like, these people are here, these people are over here, these people are over here. What does this person want? What does that person want? What does that person want? Now, what about these 7 people? What do they want? What every single one of them. And that really helped solidify where I wanted to take it, and then focusing more specifically on the core 4 or 5 people that I really wanted to conclude arcs for, and making sure each one of them had a satisfying conclusion, or at least that their efforts made sense to their character. Understanding where they were mentally and physically was crucial to having this climax make sense. So yeah, now that it's done, I feel so fucking good. Woo! Like, honestly, I think I'm gonna wrap up the rest of this draft in the next like 2-3 days. Tomorrow I'm a little bit busy. I could probably get a little bit writing in the morning, but like for sure because today's Thursday, I should for sure have this draft done by the end of Monday night. That I'm feeling that confident that I will, and that is such a big relief because wow, that was weighing me down. I had never taken a break during this story. I've taken breaks, of course, in the past, writing or working on other projects, but like this one, I don't know, I just had all this momentum coming, and I was chugging along. I was writing multiple chapters a day in some cases when I had the time, and it was really hard to get through this climax, and I really started to second guess things, and it was really tough. I was talking to some of my writer friends, and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I'm not sure. I wasn't asking what do I do within my story, but like, what do I do as a writer? And one of the things they told me was like, take a break from it and watch some good media, read some good books, and like work on a different project. And so I did. I worked on a short story about a guy who goes back into an underwater bunker to save his cat. Like, taking my mind off of this project allowed me to eventually come back to it with a somewhat more fresh mind. And when I say I took a break, it was more like I tried to take a break, because there were some days where I didn't think about it at all. I think there were many days where I didn't work on it. But to be honest, I think I still thought about it. I can't help it. This story's my baby at this point. Like, this is my shit. But yeah, now that that's done, I'm going to make another video when I finally finish the first draft. And after the first draft is finished, I'm going to work on how I made an original power system. So if you're interested in either of those, please subscribe, because I'm going to try to document as much as I can about the creation of my sci-fi epic called Siphon. I'm also going to make another video showing off some of my art so far. A little bit of concept art. I'm working on the title, like the topography for the title, the actual Siphon, as well as some maps. I'll probably do another video for maps, and I really hope to try to be transparent in my process creating this story. I mean, even a year ago, I had no idea how to write a book. I was working on my very first short, and I thought, I need to get this down so I can start writing my book. I had the ideas out there, but I had to write the book, and I'm writing it, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm just trying to get better every day, and I'm watching videos on how to write better and what's the proper grammar, and do I use italics in third person limited when I'm talking about a monologue? Like, just little things like that goes a long way. I found a sticky note just the other day where it said that exact thing. Use italics when writing a character's inner monologue within third person limited. I didn't know that. I didn't know that before this year, but now I know it, and I'm applying it, and I'm writing, and I'm just figuring it out as I go. And boy, the editing process is going to be rough. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. And yeah, bye-bye.